Welcome back. Day 2 of this experiment, Packfiller breaking news. We'll see what happens. Your feedback is what makes it or breaks it. It is December 29th. We're in that weird goof hole of time between Christmas and New Year's where nobody knows what day it is. Everybody is 15% gravy by volume, and the only thing moving faster than a nor'easter is the professional cycling news cycle. While most of us spent the morning trying to remember our Netflix passwords, the world of pro cycling is currently obsessed with cyclocross, which basically means Spartan race for people with better health insurance and a weird fetish for carrying luggage through a swamp. And today's headline from the Azencross in Lowenhout, Wout van Aert, a man whose wife recently jabbed that her true love might just be another man, saw his showdown with that very man, Mathieu van der Poel, ruined by a rock. And let's be clear, this wasn't a landslide, this wasn't a boulder, this was a single stationary piece of gravel with a grudge. Wout hit it once, got a flat, chased back, and then, because God has a very specific sense of humor, he hit the exact same rock again. That's not a racing incident, Wout. That's a toxic relationship. At this point, the rock has a restraining order against you. You're not competing, you're stalking a mineral. But before we move on, we have been asked to read the following statement from the rock's legal representation. My client, the Pebble of Lowenhout, denies all allegations of intentional interference. My client has occupied the same 3-inch coordinate since the late Jurassic period and suggests that if Mr. Van Aert didn't want to lose his tire pressure, he should have considered a hobby that doesn't involve vibrating his expensive carbon fiber toys over my client's face. Furthermore, my client is countersuing for unwanted rubber contact and emotional distress caused by being touched by a man in neon yellow. The Rock is seeking $3 million in damages in a private garden in the south of France. Honestly, I think he's got a case. But if you think Belgian mud is dramatic, look at the Giro d'Italia. They're currently in a standoff because the race organizers want to start the 2026 Giro in Bulgaria. Bulgaria for the Italian Tour. The teams are reportedly rejecting the offer because it's too expensive to travel there. No kidding, it's like 800 plus miles away. That's like the New York City Marathon deciding to have the first 3 miles in Guatemala. Welcome to the Giro. Today we're cycling through Sofia. Just keep pedaling until you hit the Adriatic Sea. If you see a gondola, you've gone too far. And finally, a bit of tech news that will make you lose faith in the species. Professional downhill mountain bikers are now using electronic suspension and 3D printed titanium lugs. They're calling it the F1 of cycling, because nothing says it's all about the rider like a $15,000 bicycle that has more computing power than the Apollo 11 moon lander. We've reached the point where the bike is smarter than the rider. The bike is probably mid-descent thinking, I've adjusted the dampening for this rock, Dave. I've optimized the gear ratio, Dave. And yet it appears you have not realized that you're about to fly over the bars into that pine tree, Dave. I'd save you, but I just can't do that, Dave. So to recap, the riders are stuck in the mud, the Italians are lost in Bulgaria, and the bikes are plotting a robotic uprising. 2025 is ending exactly how we expected it, flaming pile of carbon fiber and confusion. Finally, we have to talk about Tadej Pogačar. Just today, the French newspaper L'Equipe named him their champion of champions for 2025, which, let's be honest, is a bit like naming water the liquid of liquids. This man's 2025 season was so dominant it's actually starting to feel like a glitch in the Matrix. He won 20 races out of 50. That is a 40% win rate. If I had a 40% success rate at anything, laundry, social interactions, reading copy, remembering to turn off the stove, I'd be more functional than any human being on the planet. But Tadej, he doesn't just win. He wins by attacking 66 kilometers out, which is roughly the distance from mildly ambitious to borderline dickish. He's currently levels above his competition. His UCI points are double the guy in second place. It's not even a rivalry anymore. It's a wildlife documentary where the lion has a Ferrari and the gazelles have asthma. And the worst part, he's nice. He's humble. He told L'Equipe, I wouldn't put myself on that list. Shit. How can you possibly hate this guy? I'm sure you will let me know in the comments. Congratulations, Tadej. You're one of the champions of champions. I am the champion of ignoring personal friends at the grocery store. Until next time, this is Packfiller Breaking News.